When you start to take your art seriously and set things up like your TikTok, your YouTube channel, your Patreon, your Instagram, your online shop, you accumulate a lot of links. And honestly, it can be a big pain in the ass to keep track of them all and swap them out on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter when you have a new thing to promote. Those platforms pretty famously only let you have one link in your profile. But this is where link in bio services come in to help you make better use of that single link. The one that I use and recommend is Koji, not just because they're a great place to have all of your links in one spot, but also because you can do so much more with your Koji profile than you can with a normal link in bio service. You can start making money from your work with your Koji profile, engage with your community, and build your email list, which, like I talked about a couple of weeks ago, is absolutely crucial for a long-term career as a creative. YouTube might go down tomorrow, but email lists, baby, those are forever. And Koji is an especially really fantastic option if you're at the stage right now where you have a little bit of a community and you're ready to start making money and sell your work, but you neither have the time nor the budget to pay for something like a website. Things like domain names, web hosting, and a subscription to a popular web design platform can sometimes cost hundreds of dollars every single year, which honestly is out of the price range of a lot of people. But with the hundreds of mini apps on Koji's App Store, you can do everything that a website can and also so much more. You could offer commissions, sell physical and digital products like stickers or Procreate brushes, or even links like Notion templates or exclusive video tutorials. Is it sinking in for you yet how awesome this is? And did I mention that it's also completely free? The only catch, quote unquote, here is that Koji does take a small percentage of any sales that you make on your profile, which is not only standard, but the percentage that they take, which depending on the mini app ranges from 5 to 10%, is lower than other options out there. And yes, Koji is sponsoring this video, but I'm only ever going to work with brands that I really truly believe in and that I think could provide value to you guys, and Koji is one of those brands. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes and showing you my own Koji profile and walking you through some potential use cases of some of the apps on Koji's App Store that I think you guys are probably going to be the most interested in. And if you want to check out my profile for yourself, you can find it at withkoji.com/@KelseyRodriguez, or the link will also be in the description to not only look at my profile, but also to make your own. Okay, so when you go to Koji's website, you're greeted with an option to either sign in or get started, but if you scroll down, you can see a ton of featured profiles to serve as inspiration for when you guys are making your own. If you click to get started, by the way, you'd be prompted to sign up with either your phone number or an email, and then you can select a username and go from there, but I already have my profile set up. So when you guys are making your own profile, I have a couple of recommendations for you. The first thing is to make sure that your username is as close to your name, or at least as memorable as possible. You want it to be short and preferably a little bit catchy. I would also recommend that you have like any photos that you want on your profile already picked out, like your profile picture and any photos that you want to have for maybe digital products that you're gonna sell, etc. And this is maybe one of the most important tips: make sure that you have a document on your phone somewhere, like in the Notes app or whatever, that has all of the links that you want to feature on your profile. This will seriously, it will save you so much time and it will come in seriously handy. But okay, now that we have all of that stuff out of the way, let's take a look at my profile. I changed it a little bit since I think I last showed it to you guys, and this is what it looks like right now. So I have just my basic profile picture, and then I also have links to the community Discord server, my Patreon, and also my new podcast that I'm doing with my friend Al. There are a couple of different sections to my profile that I want to talk about a little bit. So I have the background image, obviously, but I also have my profile picture and then a little bio about me, and then I have these 3 images over here. This is where you can like highlight certain things on your profile that you really want to emphasize. And that's again where I have the Discord, my Patreon, and my podcast linked. Those are just basic links, but you could also embed podcast episodes and have a direct link to maybe your music album or whatever you wanted to emphasize. And then also on my profile, I have a ton of links. So I have links to my YouTube channel, obviously. I have also a place where you can sign up for my newsletter. This is one of Koji's mini apps. It's a very basic app where you can collect emails. And then I also have a link to my online shop and my workbook, though you can also sell these physical and digital products directly on your profile if you want to. Down here, I have a little support my work link where you can send me a note, and depending on how much you want to donate, the little heart gets bigger. I just thought it was really cute. I don't know, I'm not expecting anything, but I thought it was like a fun little addition. And then lastly, down here at the very bottom, I have some affiliate links like the camera that I use and my diffusion filter, which I get asked about literally all of the time. And then way down here at the very bottom, we have links to all of my socials, my email, my Instagram, my Pinterest, my Twitter, and then again, my YouTube channel. But now that we have covered sort of everything on my profile, I want to walk you guys through what it looks like behind the scenes and settings, and then talk about the apps on the Koji Mini App Store. Okay, so to look at the behind the scenes, we are going to go over here to the Manage tab, and I'm going to hit Edit Profile. So here's where you can change your username if you'd like. I recommend having it as your name, or again, at least something that you're known by or easy to remember. And then if you click the social links button, that's where you can put all of the stuff that you want to advertise. So I have my Twitter username, my YouTube URL, my Instagram, and my business email, but you could also add your phone number, your Clubhouse information, if you have a LinkedIn URL, a TikTok username, Twitch, whatever, you can have that all in here. And then if anything's not available via the social links, you can also just add a link to anywhere on the web with the embed link that I'll talk about in a minute. But we're not adding anything new, so this is where basically all of my profile exists. I can reorder anything that I want with this button. I can click on the podcast, I can change the name of the link, the image associated with it if I wanted to maybe like do like a set of custom images to have my profile look more cohesive, I could do that. As it is, I try to keep all of my brand colors and like imagery associated with my profile vaguely similar in terms of color palette. I like to go for kind of a warm vibe, and I think that's reflected in all of the imagery that I have, so I'm not going to be changing any of that right now. You can also reorder any of these links in here and add some more if you'd like. Koji also has some suggested really popular apps you can add to your profile. As it is, I don't really want to add any of these right now, and also the tip jar is pretty similar to the love jar, which I already have on my profile. If you were to, for example, add in the physical products or the digital products app where you are selling something on your profile, you're going to want to get a Stripe account. Stripe is how Koji processes all of the payments that they receive from your profile. Stripe is one of those global payment processors that's kind of just ubiquitous across the internet. It's used in lots of places, like I think Squarespace uses Stripe to process their payments. And if you're concerned about things like collecting sales tax, Stripe has some integrations to do that automatically, so that's where you're going to want to go to set up your account in preparation for monetizing your Koji profile. And let's go ahead and look at the style options. So you have lots of options for styling your Koji profile, and they've changed this like a lot since I first set it up. So it's been kind of fun to just kind of browse and like look at the recent features they've added. I used a background picture. You can also use a video, a solid color, or make a custom gradient. And they also have loads of button styles to organize all of your links, though you should know that like any style that you select will be global across all of the links on your profile, which I think is important. You can't like have one that stands out from the rest, for example. That's kind of what like the shelf at the top of your profile is for. And I have my buttons styled to just the regular floating thing, and I have a custom color that I just chose based on my background image and kind of what fit best. But you can really change this to be whatever you want at any moment. There's like, you know, there's no barriers here. It's really easy to set up and change. And then next we have some fonts. So they don't allow custom fonts yet, but they have a bunch of fonts for you to choose from. I just picked a pretty basic one that was super readable and didn't like clash with any of my vibes. So now that we have covered all of that, I want to talk a little bit about the Koji App Store. So to reach the Koji App Store, you scroll all the way at the bottom and you click Add App or Link in the Content tab of editing your profile. Here you're given a couple of options. You can add a new app or add an external link. They also have some suggestions for apps that you can do, and if you had apps that you added in the past, they'll have those over there too. But I'm going to be clicking on Add a New App on the top left. And this takes me to the Koji App Store. So right away, you're given a bunch of options. At the top over here, they have some guides and stuff, sharing tips and tricks. And then the top thing that you're going to be seeing is some link in bio essentials. So I was not kidding when I was talking about all the features in the Koji App Store before. Seriously, they have tons and tons of options. And if you're experienced with coding and you don't see something here that you'd like to see, making a Koji app for the App Store is totally free and anyone can do it. So you could theoretically be the change that you want to see in the world and design your own app to feature on your Koji profile. So there are tons of options here. I like the Dare Me app specifically. I've been kind of eyeing this for a while, but I haven't set it up yet. And basically your audience can post dares through this app, and then other audience members can back this up, push the dare to the top, and everyone will be refunded their money trying to dare you to do it if you don't end up doing it within a certain set time period. So it's really risk-free, and it could be a really good option if, for example, you have a large audience and your audience wants to challenge you to do something like an art challenge, like maybe Inktober or Mermay, for example. Mermay is coming up pretty soon. And that could be a potentially really interesting option to boost engagement in your community, but also gain income and gain support through this challenge as well. So that's an interesting option. There's also pretty basic stuff like a tip jar. You can also crowdfund things, for example, like if you wanted to crowdfund launching a graphic novel or a children's book, or if you're moving studios and you want help securing the lease for that space, your audience can help raise that money for you with the crowdfunding app, and then you can collect things like shipping information for any rewards that you have associated with various tiers. You can also monetize video content, like for example, if you wanted to have exclusive full-length videos, ad-free videos, or video tutorials, you could have that behind a paywall here if you would like for a small fee. The same with audio and photos, all of that is true. And then you can also have the love jar like I was showing earlier. I mean, there are so many options. There are also multiple options for creators and social media influencers if you wanted to have your media kit or secure brand deals from your Koji profile and sort of use your profile to not only show brands where all you are online, but also they would be able to book you to advertise their product or their service. You can do that on your Koji profile as well, which feels very meta for this video because this video is sponsored by Koji, but then I'm also telling you that you can get sponsors through Koji. It feels very meta, which is kind of funny, but like I said, there are tons of options. You can spend so much time scrolling through this, thinking about the possibilities. A couple of last ones that I really want to spend some time highlighting are the physical products, selling ebooks and PDFs, downloadable files, and links. Koji has a lot of apps that really emphasize digital storefronts, being able to sell things super easily on your profile. Like for example, they have the pop-up shop mini app, which you can sell multiple items with just one photo. Like say for example, you had a bunch of B-grade stickers or prints or enamel pins, and you wanted to sell packs of them, you could arrange all of the products in one photo and then tag them individually with prices. And you could also do this with wholly unique products. Like maybe you have some custom made ceramic, I don't know, birds or something. You know what I mean? There's really lots of options here, and it's meant to be easy, it's meant to be approachable, it's meant to be a place where beginners and people who don't want to have a really robust website presence yet can still make money from their work. And Koji is really emphatic about how they want to support creators. I mean, they're supporting this channel, which really means a lot to me, but they're dedicated to providing the best service they possibly can, which means a lot to me and I think really signals their value to the art community writ large. So I'm gonna have links in the description for you guys to set up your own Koji profile if you're interested. And this has sort of been a little bit of a tutorial into how Koji works and all of the things that you can do with it. So I hope you guys liked this video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of it, and let me know down below what your plans are for your Koji profile. I would love to learn more about it. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.